Alrighty, today we are going to just have a quick video on what to do when you order something and it comes in solid form. Now this is pretty hard. This is peony or peony, people pronounce it differently, root, and it is rock hard. If you put your teeth on that, your teeth would end up looking a bit like this peony root. It'll break it. So what would you do when you deal with something like this? You've got, and for instance, you want to put it in capsules or mix it in a smoothie, different things like that. Now this is a sample of cramp bark here. If you suffer from menstrual cramps, this is one of the first herbs that I would probably put you on. And yes, I am a herbalist. I'm also do with clinical nutrition as well, just on the side. Now you can, the reason I'm showing this to you, you can see it, this one looks rough and textured, and this is look fine with a very fine texture. Now this one I can turn into capsules or mix into certain things other than capsules, or just as a powder, and then you take it straight with a cup of water or who knows what. But the cramp bark there, as you can see, is pretty rough. You can't really capsulize that very well at all, and you might get like half full capsule, then a part full. So you got no consistency, and you want consistency. So what do you do when you got barks or a root? Alright, now if you went to something like globe artichoke, it's very difficult. I wouldn't encourage you to do it this way. Okay, it's just a fluffy thing that it just doesn't want to go into the capsule half the time. Alright, so simply you get a blender like this, nothing particular, and you pour it in. You can get proper spice grinders, you're okay with a coffee grinder. I've put this through one type of coffee grinder and it frankly didn't do very well at all. Jammed it up and I had to fix it up. Okay, so you just put it in and then let's go. That's only a short burst, but as you can see down the bottom here, we're already getting our powder. You see, this is what I'm after, the powder. Okay, now if you do get peony root and you haven't got a blender or something and you still want to get a hold of it, simply make a decoction. And the decoction is where you basically simmer the herbs so much so that you draw out all the goodness out of the root. And something like peony root, you could get away with maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but I would go a lot harder than that, in a sense, with your boiling or simmering. You really got to break it out. And there's a couple of different ways. You could soak it overnight to soften it and then boil it. Really is a gentle simmer. And or you might even some things you have to do like 40 minutes quite typically. A lot of herbs like this done in China are going up to 40 minutes. Alright, I'll just keep it going. I'll just speed it right up. And that's about all you really need. And let's have a look at the sample of that. This is an old blender, which really is no good for liquids anymore because the seal down the bottom is gone. But it's perfectly good for powders, and this is what you're after. Alright, you could go finer. You can see a couple little lumps in there. Alright, and you don't want to do it too much. In fact, sometimes it's best to just do it for a bit, give it a break, because it does, due to the blade spinning around in there, it creates friction, therefore it creates heat, and you don't want to add too much heat normally. Now the reason why I do this way, one, apart from explaining that it is for filling capsules, because you just can't put that system into capsules at all. But the other reason is it's all broken down into finer particles, which means your body can absorb it faster. And peony is one of my chief go-to herbs, along with chase tree and cramp bark, for PMS basically. It really helps to align the lady's hormones so they tend to work better. For instance, if a lady knows that, oh, I should be coming in by now, but I haven't, what am I going to do? Or I'm only lightly spotting, it's not kicking in properly. Well, this is the herb that I would take or offer for her, so that she can start her normal process. Okay, so I hope that is helpful. As you can see, I've got a container here that needs filling. One of the reasons why I'm doing it. And my daughter, if you really want to know a bit of life story, my daughter went to Russia for a little bit. We got some great Russian friends, and while she was over there working in a school for a little bit, helping with English education, there was another lady who had issues, and my daughter offered, why don't you take this stuff? So she did, and it was wonderful. So this is what I recommend. This is what you do, and the purpose of this video is simply what you do with herbs that are very chunky, like bark and root, and you don't know what to do with it.